Harvey Weinstein was convicted in 2020 of committing a criminal sexual act and third-degree rape in New York and sentenced to 23 years in prison. Now, in a 4-3 decision, the New York State Court of Appeals found that the trial judge should not have allowed testimony by 4 women whose allegations of assault by Weinstein were not previously proved in court or among the charges in the case. The inclusion of the witnesses could have had an improper effect on the jurors judging Weinstein, the appeals court found.
I'm more concerned about the Harvey Weinstein reversal, and that's, we were all very hopeful for the last 4 years. Women had made big strides, and today it feels like we have been turned upside down again.
There is no doubt that movie mogul Harvey Weinstein was a sexual predator who assaulted and threatened hundreds of women for years, according to their accounts documented by journalists and court testimony during his years as a powerful and tyrannical Hollywood producer. Since 2017, the allegations of more than 100 women whose lives were shattered and ruined by his behavior not only put a spotlight on the entertainment industry, but all workplaces in all businesses, which then elevated the Me Too movement, leading to an overdue review of sexual misconduct and abuse by those in power in society. Weinstein was convicted of sexual assault by courts in both New York and Los Angeles. So why did the New York Court of Appeals overturn this conviction? APB consulted with legal scholars and listened carefully to Weinstein's attorneys.
From the bottom of our hearts, from our collective hundreds of years of experience, we knew that Harvey Weinstein did not get a fair trial. And there's a quote from Judith Kay: there are some people who are very unpopular in our society, but we still have to apply the law fairly to them. And in this courthouse behind us at that trial, the law was not applied fairly to Harvey Weinstein. And what the Court of Appeals, the highest court in the greatest state, in the greatest country, said today is that yes, no one is above the law, but no one is below the law either.
Weinstein's attorneys argued the judge should not have allowed prior bad acts witnesses to testify and should not have given prosecutors the ability to question Weinstein about instances of verbal abuse and bullying on cross-examination. The Court of Appeals agreed with the defense on those points. In general, evidence that a defendant has poor character or has done bad things in the past is not allowed during a trial. The concern is that the jury will be overly influenced by these prior incidents and may ignore the actual evidence of the alleged crime.
They have to pass a law saying it's perfectly okay for this kind of evidence to be admissible and that the court was wrong, which they can do. You got it done last time, we'll get it done this time.
It's not a setback in the movement. Movements are long, they're thoughtful, and they always have ebbs and flows. And so it's a setback for those judges. I think we've done a lot of work in this movement to try to educate people and help them understand what it means to have progress in both our laws and our judicial system. And obviously those judges didn't understand it, so it's a setback for them and their learning, but it's not a setback for us.
The Manhattan District Attorney's Office said it plans to retry the case.